People who grew up in the 1970s were shaped by a world very different from today. No smartphones, no internet, no constant noise. Their psychology was formed in silence, patience, and real-world experiences. Children of the 1970s had freedom that is rare today. They played outside, explored neighborhoods, and learned through trial and error. This built independence early in life. Because adults were not constantly watching, these children learned to rely on themselves. They solved problems without help and developed strong inner confidence. People from the 1970s were taught to endure discomfort. They were not encouraged to talk about feelings. They were taught to handle life quietly. Authority figures mattered. Teachers, parents, elders, their words carried weight. This shaped a deep sense of respect and discipline. In the 1970s, options were limited. People didn't switch jobs, relationships, or identities easily. This created loyalty and long-term commitment. Without digital distractions, attention spans were longer. People listened fully, waited patiently, and focused deeply. Social life happened face-to-face. Conversations were real, eye contact mattered, and bonds were stronger. Economic uncertainty taught caution. People learned to save, repair things, and avoid waste. Instead of Googling answers, they figured things out manually. This created strong logical thinking and patience. There was no social media approval. Self-worth came from effort, not attention. Many people from this era express emotions subtly. They feel deeply, but show it quietly. Work was a duty, not an identity crisis. They believed consistency mattered more than passion. They adapt to technology, but cautiously. They question it instead of trusting it blindly. Rules mattered. Right and wrong felt clearer, not negotiable. Life taught them emotional balance. They don't panic easily and stay grounded during chaos. People who grew up in the 1970s carry quiet strength. They don't need constant validation. Their psychology was built on patience, resilience, and real life, not screens.
People raised in the 1970s learned responsibility early. They were trusted with tasks, expectations, and consequences. This made them dependable adults. Instead of talking endlessly, they showed care through actions, fixing things, providing support, or simply being present. Waiting was part of life. Lines, delays, slow communication, none of it felt unbearable. Patience became natural. Silence didn't feel awkward. It felt peaceful. Many from this era are comfortable being alone with their thoughts. Society had defined roles. Whether fair or not, these expectations shaped identity and responsibility. People didn't overshare. Personal life stayed personal and boundaries were respected. Mistakes were teachers. There were no shortcuts. Failure built wisdom. Friendships and relationships were long-term. Walking away wasn't the first option. Emotions were managed internally. They learned to stay composed under pressure. Simple things brought joy. A quiet evening, a conversation, a task well done. They hoped for the best but prepared for reality. Optimistic but grounded. Actions had consequences. Responsibility was not optional. Trends didn't control identity. People stuck to what worked for them. They listened carefully. Interrupting wasn't normal. Life wasn't soft, and neither were they. They developed resilience quietly. Success meant stability, not attention. A peaceful life mattered more than fame. People who grew up in the 1970s carry quiet wisdom. Their psychology was built before shortcuts, before noise, before instant gratification. And that strength still shows today.